Hello everyone, welcome back. Recently we hit 50,000 subscribers on the channel, which is absolutely insane. I never expected this kind of support, so of course I appreciate it. Thank you everyone who subscribed, liked, watched the video, all that stuff. So to celebrate the milestone, I'm gonna be ranking every single house I ever built on this channel. There's a lot of good houses, but there's some garbage in there too for sure, so that's gonna be an interesting list. It was pretty much impossible to rank them, but I did try my best. I'm sure by the time I even upload this video, my idea will change on a few placements, so kind of keep that in mind when you're watching. There's 184 houses total, which I split into 10 different tiers, so let's get started with the F tier at the absolute worst. And to start the list off, we have number 184, which is the blind 1 minute house. No surprise at the bottom of the list, I got every block wrong, I think. There's just huge holes in the roof and everything, It's terrible. No surprise it's here. Let's move on to the next one. Next up at number 183, we have the first 1 minute house. It's terrible. Has a bit of an interior, so I guess that's kind of a bit of a bonus, but yeah, just stairs and oak and, some glass in the front. It's bad, right? No surprise, no landscape, nothing, it's terrible. Next, you might start to notice a theme here. We have the second 1 minute house. It's better than the first one, but just not a whole lot going on here. Simple interior, but yeah, nothing crazy. There's it's interesting, for sure. Next up, fourth worst house I've ever built in my opinion. This house here, I built, everything was invisible. Maybe I'll show a second of the video on there. I don't know, I couldn't see anything. What is this? Why is there a horse? It's terrible. Okay, I mean, the roof, there's holes everywhere. Terrible block palette. The interior is beautiful though. But yeah, no shockers here. And next up, we got the third 1 minute house. I mean, it's not like terrible. There's nothing like obviously wrong with it, but it's just, there's nothing here, It was built in a minute. There's no interior, basically, terrible fridge. Yeah, pretty expected to be here. Next up, we got the 10-minute blind house. Pretty terrible house, obviously, for, many reasons. It's blind, 10 minutes, it sucks, okay? It's terrible. Next up at number 178, we have the ChatGPT starter house. Yeah, I mean, it's not like terrible. It is probably better than a lot of other houses at this kind of level. It's just so boring. There's nothing here. It's boring. It doesn't have to be bad to be here, It's just really boring. There's nothing interesting, not a single redeeming quality about this house, in my opinion. Let's move on to the next one. Next up at 177, we have Random Blocks 3. I had these blocks to use, and I think I did all right, but the scale is just too small. Like, I don't know why I made it look like this. It's just boring. There's nothing here. The interior is literally like 1 block wide. It's just boring, I could have done more with it. Kind of uninspired. Basically a retexture of the last one, which nothing new for the channel, I know. But yeah, that earned it its spot this low. Next up at number 176, we have the 1 hour blind build. I guess white texture build, whatever. It sucks. I hate this house. It's terrible. I don't like anything about it. The shape looks bad. The texturing's bad. The block choice is bad. all the usual stuff. Move on to the next one. Next up, we have the first 10-minute house. It's just boring. There's nothing here. Literally like nothing noteworthy about it. I mean, I built it in 10 minutes back when I wasn't great at building, so the interior basically doesn't exist. Actually, more of an interior than I thought I had in here. But yeah, there's just not a whole lot going on here. Next up at number 174, we have the second house from the fourth AI video. Just nothing going on here. It's kind of like a greenhouse, I guess. I don't know. It looks like I got it close to what I meant for it to look like, obviously, with the AI inspiration image, but just kind of boring. Not a whole lot here. Nothing notable really. No interesting details or really anything. It's not terrible, but it belongs here. Next up, we have the April Fool's random block video house. And yeah, it's terrible. One of my favorite videos I ever put out. I highly recommend you watch it. It's a classic.
See, I'm looking at my other houses just so I can make sure I don't do anything too original here. My mom just landed from her plane. Let me send her a clapping emoji because we're white. I know you guys must be wondering, Rowan, why are you doing so many new stuff on this build?
But yeah, the house isn't great. Gradient is, fine. I mean, it's not good. The block sucked. I did nothing inspired with it at all. It's boring. But yeah, good video though. Highly recommend. Next up at number 172, we have white textures number 2. It's kind of a classic. I think the shape was really good on this. I liked what I was going for, but all the blocks were wrong. I don't think I got a single one right, except for I guess moss and iron and stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty bad house. The interior isn't great either. It just sucks. Unsurprisingly, Next up at number 171, we have the first entry from the 100 Days series, which is house number 2. Probably my least favorite for some reason from the whole thing. I just always hated this house. I think it's the roof. It just doesn't look good. But yeah, it's not great. I mean, it's not like terrible, but the roof is just like really bad. I did end up fixing this in a later video, which we'll get to a bit further into the list, but yeah, just not a huge fan. Next up at number 170, we have day 33 from the 100 Days series. I just always hated the roof on this house. Again, back-to-back roof hating, but what am I doing here? I don't know. I guess all these houses have the benefit of having an interior, which kind of just gives them a bit more character, but yeah, I don't know what I was doing with the roof, I'm not gonna lie. Next up, in 169th place, we got Random Blocks 2. Kind of interesting, but I just don't like it. I don't know. Something about it just kind of bothers me. I don't know. It's definitely a house I built, I'll say that. Next up at 168, we got house number 54 from the 100 Days series. It's not that bad, okay? I have a reason for hating this that's kind of a bit different than just the build itself. It's literally just like a recolor of a house I built like 2 weeks before this, which we'll get to later in the video. But yeah, it's just not great. It's all right. I don't know. I like the pond. Next up, we got day 3. It's a house. There's nothing here. It's kind of a common theme for a lot of these lower ones. There's either something really wrong with them or there's just nothing. And yeah, there's just nothing here. Next up, we got day 1 from 100 Days coming in 166th place. Just not much going on here. The pond looks bad. Honestly, I don't like that. But, you know, it's definitely a house I built. Nothing crazy going on here. Has a pretty bad interior, but, you know, it's a house. You know, it belongs here in the spot, I guess. Next up, we got the first house from the 3rd AI video. Nothing crazy here. It's not like bad. I like the green roof, I guess, but again, there's just not a whole lot going on here. So it's kind of hard for me to justify putting it any higher. But yeah, it's definitely a build. Next up, we have the second house from the same video. Again, just not a whole lot going on here. I mean, it's a rectangle with a roof. I don't know. It's fine. Interior's all right, but you know, nothing really going on here. Next up at number 163, we have day 45 from the 100 Days series. I just kind of don't like this house. I think it's a lot of spruce, and there's like this thing coming at the top that, I don't know, the shape couldn't find. I kind of like that it's on a big foundation, but you know, it's a house that I built at one point, you know. Next up at 162, we have day 18 for the 100 Days series. Just kind of nothing here. It's a nothing house, really. Nothing interesting about it. Nothing unique. Kind of did a similar shape many times already before it in the series, so, you know, it's just kind of here. Next up to finish up our F tier at number 161, we have day 25 from the 100 Days series. Something about this house just always bothered me. I think it's just like too tall. And it's just a big rectangle. I don't like the shape, really. As interior, of course, as this whole series did, and the interior is fine, but just nothing really like noteworthy here. Just kind of boring. But yeah, that's the end of our F tier. Let's move on to the next tier, which are hopefully slightly better. Starting off our E tier at number 160, we have the second house from my fixing build video. It's kind of boring. The original one was funny. It's kind of removed the fun out of the first build, which we'll get to eventually. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, which is kind of the common theme of a lot of builds in this tier. There's something like terribly wrong with it. Just kind of boring. Not a whole lot going on. Next up at number 159, we have day 11 from the 100 Days series. Nothing crazy about this house, you know, first time really building with dark prismarine. I used diamonds because some kid was commenting for me to use diamonds, so yeah, it's the story of this thing. Definitely a house. Next up, we got day 19 for the 100 Days series. A lot of early 100 Days house in this kind of section of the list. There's just too much roof, you know what I mean? Like, half the build is roof. I like the block palette, honestly, kind of a lot, but yeah, just way too much roof. Next up, we got day 29. Something about this house I just never really liked. I don't know, it's not great. I get a lot better at like kind of knowing what I'm trying to build later in the video, I think, like down, you know, as we get to more houses, but I just kind of built something here. Something about the scale just feels really wrong to me. Like the roof is kind of short, but the walls are really high. I don't know. Next up at number 156, we have day 26 from the 100 Days series. Definitely a house, you know. I just don't like it. I don't know. I don't dislike it. At this point of the list, I don't dislike most of these houses. They're just kind of here. And this house is definitely just kind of here. It was kind of small on the inside. There's almost no interior. I didn't want to do it upstairs either, so covered that up. Oh yeah, it feels about right at this spot of the list. Next up, we got the first house when I went back and fixed my old builds. I think it's definitely an improvement over the original. I do really like the texturing on the roof and the walls and everything, but there's just nothing here. It's just kind of a rectangle. I did the best with the kind of frame I was given, but you know, not much better I could have really done. Next up, we have my attempt at fixing the cherry house from earlier in the video. One of my fixing builds videos. Just not great. I don't know. It's fine. Not really anything interesting here at all. It's just another house. I mean, I don't know. It's plus shaped, you know. I like the roof kind of a little bit, but yeah, nothing great here. Next up at number 153, we have day 36 of the 100 Day series. Not great, but this is the house I mentioned earlier. That house is literally just this house, but recolored. So even though this one looks kind of worse in my opinion, I had to put it higher up just for the like originality, you know? And I think the cherry looks, you know, interesting. It's a block choice for sure. Probably not a good one, but you know, it's here. Next up, we got day 22 from the 100 Days series. I think this was like interesting at the time, but like looking back on it, I could barely build a tree, so the tree doesn't look great, and I could barely build a house, so the house doesn't look great. So it's definitely just kind of here. It's not great. I mean, it's carried by the concept here, because like build-wise, it's pretty bad. Next up, we got house number 2 from fixing my old builds. I think it's all right, honestly. Just kind of boring shape. I don't know. This is the old version. This is the new one. I did it wrong on accident. You know, it's a house. Not a whole lot I could do with it. I think it looks all right. Interesting color palette, I guess. It's here. Next up at number 150, we have day 10 from the 100 Days series. Just kind of a interesting city sort of building. I don't know. I feel like I could do a lot better than this now. It was interesting and unique for sure, but it's just not really, it's too great, I don't think. Next up, we got day 17, kind of carried by the block palette. I don't think it's that bad of a house, but I just don't really do anything interesting on this, really, other than the block choice. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on it, but is probably about where I put it. You know, it has an interior and everything, of course, but yeah, nothing too crazy here. Next up at number 148, we have day 34 of the 100 Days series. Just kind of not too great. And it's, again, a recolor of a build from previously in this series. So, you know, I had to dock some points for that. Cherry's interesting, I guess, but not interesting enough to carry a boring build. It's kind of mid. Next up from the first fixing build video, we have build number 1 here, which is just the day 2 house, but way better. It's kind of crazy how much just some texturing and some minor changes in like shape and everything can really like make a build way better. Because I hate that, and I actually kind of like this one. It's a bit boring, but it's pretty solid. Next up at number 146, we have Fixing Builds 2, build number 3. You know, it's here. It's a pretty new video on the channel, but I'm just not a huge fan of this house. I don't know. I tried. Hard to fix garbage, for sure. Next up, we got day 4 from the 100 Days series at number 145. You know, it's all right. I like the color palette of it a lot. I just felt like it was kind of missing something, which I eventually went on to fix in the next house, so we'll get to that at some point. But you know, pretty decent house. I like the palette, you know, it has an interior and everything, of course. This is just about the highest I can put it, really, I think. Next up, we have the fix for the ChatGPT house. And yeah, you know, it made it a lot better than the original one. There's still just a whole lot, like, not really going on here, I guess. It's fine. It's nothing terrible. Just kind of here. Next up at 143, we have day 14 for the 100 Days series. It's fine, you know, nothing bad. I like the green roof. This is the first time I really did something like that, I think. I like the tree on top and, you know, all that stuff. Just not a whole lot going on here. It's not the first time I used that texturing, kind of far from it. I was kind of overusing it already at that point. But it's fine, nothing bad. Next up, we got day 30 for the 100 Days series. I don't hate this house, but kind of hard for me to put it any higher than this, I think. Also, fun fact, this is my least viewed video basically ever on the channel since I started actually trying to make Minecraft videos. So, you know, yeah, I guess people didn't like it either. But yeah, let's move on to the next one, which is this absolute classic to close out the E tier. And yeah, it's the Upside Down house, a true legendary classic on the channel. I couldn't put it any higher than this, but you know, if we were going off like aura, it would be like top 1, probably. Top 2, not second, if you will. But yeah, it's classic, it's terrible, but it's funny. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next up for number 140 to 128, we have a special tier, which is every single Suburb house from the 100 Days series and that one, which came after. They're basically all almost like the same thing, so I kind of just put them together into one tier. It's kind of hard to rank. They're generally better left to right, so we'll go through them real quick here. First up at 140 with the worst of the Suburb houses, I have day 56, just kind of sucks. I don't know, the roof shape is just kind of awkward, I don't know. Next up, we got the Pale Oak house, which was from a video when they announced this wood type, and I wanted to build a house with it. It's fine, it's unoriginal. I basically built the same house farther down there, so I put this lower. Next up, we got day 49, another generic Suburb house, this time with mud. Crazy, I know. Next up, day 23, smaller. I think the roof shape is kind of a bit more unique, but it's just not great. Next up, we got the back-to-back here of day 44 and day 46, which are very different houses. I'm sure you could kind of, you know, they look nothing alike. Shout out Brody, you know. Next up, we got day 38, nothing crazy. I like the shape of this one a bit more, but nothing interesting really. Day 55, same thing, a bit better shape. I like the overhang thing here or whatever, you know, pretty decent, same house. Day 28, it's a house. Day 35, it's also a house. I like the open garage though, you know. Again, all these have interiors and stuff, so, you know, they're all right, but not great. Day 16, the smallest one, but it is like the OG, so it gets up this high, taking the 130th spot on the list. Next, we got day 40, again, more of the same. I built the same house a dozen times, right? That's what I'm getting at here. And then we have this one, which I think is the best out of the 100 Days kind of era. Suburb house, nothing great. But yeah, with all these out of the way, let's move on to the D tier. Starting off the D tier at 127th, we have day 24, which is the ice bike house. Doesn't look great, kind of carried by the concept. I think it's kind of interesting. I think the ice bike build itself is good. I built that by hand, but you know, nothing crazy here. Next up, we got day 20. It's a house. There's nothing really notable about it. I think the texturing is all right. Shape is a bit awkward. I don't know, just kind of here. Next up, we got the ChatGPT house, where I just asked ChatGPT for like steps to build a house. It's not great. I think the shape is okay. I like kind of this garden thing. Texturing is the part that's a bit weird. Also, the shape is, you know, it's all right. It's not bad. It's just kind of interesting. The interior obviously sucks, but I'm not really factoring that in too much. But yeah, you know, earned its spot at 125, I think. Next up, we have day 12. Another white and black kind of house. Nothing crazy. Textured pretty decently, you know. It just doesn't do a whole lot new. That's kind of this tier. It's just kind of all very kind of mid houses, you know, not bad, but not great. Next up, at spot number 123, we have the Day 7 house from the 100 Days series. It's a decent house. I mean, it's not really anything too interesting. I think the theme is actually pretty cool and it kind of carries it, but like shape and scale and everything, just kind of mid. I have a better mushroom house down there further on in the list, so yeah, just kind of gets this spot here. And right next to it, at number 122, we have day 8 for the 100 Days series. Again, nothing crazy here. Kind of limited by the scale of the build and the kind of small plot. It's nothing bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of hard for me to put it any higher, I think. Next up, we got the first house from the 4th AI video. It's decent. I like the hay roof. There's just not a whole lot here. It's kind of all right. But yeah, hay roof kind of carries it for me, I think. Next up, we got day 9 from the 100 Days series. I've kind of put it over the other white houses with this kind of similar block palette just because it was the first one. But it's nothing crazy, really. You know, decent interior, but I like the exterior. I like the way it is kind of textured. And next up at 119, we have day 5 from the 100 Days series. Very similar to this one, but I feel like I said earlier on that one, it felt like something was missing on it, which I fixed with this one. We got a bigger window in the front, taller roof on the side. It just kind of looks way more full. I like the way it looks. I really like the window, but yeah, pretty cool build. I like this one. Next up, we got the house from my very short-lived survival series. It's all right. I mean, I like the roof on it. Wasn't really original at the time or anything, but I think it's all right. I like the kind of environment on it, and I think the fact that it's in survival makes it kind of interesting. So yeah, at least on the like kind of aura ranking, it's here. Next up, we got the house from my first attempt at building a house with no textures. I really like this house. I really honestly kind of wanted to put it higher, but I decided to keep it kind of low just because, I mean, there's a lot wrong with it. All right, but for me personally, most viewed video on the channel, I really appreciate that. It really kind of blew up. Did way better than I thought it would, obviously. So like in milestones on the channel, this house is a huge deal. I got closer than I expected myself to when I was building this, but you know, a lot of things that are wrong. Oh yeah, 117 for it. I think it kind of fits about there. Next up, we got day 39 from the 100 Days series, coming in at 116th. I like it. It's, you know, it's decent. I like the amethyst, kind of interesting textures. I had another one texture like this before, but this one just feels more complete in my opinion. So yeah, I got the tree in the front too, which, you know, or something, I guess. Next up at 115, we got the trapdoor house. Absolute classic at this point. Yep, it's house with only trapdoors. Obviously, the house itself isn't great, but I think when you factor in the kind of restrictions I had for it, it's actually pretty solid, and I am pretty happy with how it came out. Next up, we got the shelf-only house. I think I like this a bit more than the trapdoor one, honestly. I don't know why I do. I just do. But yeah, it's definitely a house that I built. It's not terrible or anything. I think for like the limits I had for it, I actually really like this house. I kind of like that it only looks good from like one angle. And if you look at any other angle, it looks terrible, but I think it's cool. So yeah, you know, secured itself the 114 spot. So, you know, not bad. Next up, we got day 21 from the 100 Days series. I don't know why this is this high on the list. I just kind of really like it for some reason. Maybe it's like the stilts that's kind of on. I don't really know. But yeah, here it is. No real reason. All right, just kind of here. Next up, we got the 5th house built using random blocks. It's one of the weaker ones from this kind of lineup here for sure. I don't know. I don't hate it. Just kind of here, very middle of the road in my opinion. I could have probably done something a bit more unique with these kind of blocks instead of just another medieval house, which, you know, never heard that one before in the comments, I know. Next up at number 111, we have White Textures 3. I don't think I hate this, but I think I hate this. I don't know. Something about it is just really like awkward looking to me. I think it's this tower. I like the main part of the house, but yeah, the tower doesn't really do it for me. I like the palette too. I actually could have used a bit more texturing work, which makes sense. I couldn't see, but yeah, makes sense for the spot, I think. Next up at number 110, we have the 10-minute house from the second 1 minute versus 1 hour house. Obviously on its own, not a crazy house, but I think when you think of the fact that I built this in 10 minutes, it kind of really stands out in my opinion. I'm pretty happy with it. I like the roof. I don't know. Cyan roof never goes wrong. Basically no interior in here. But you know, it's the thought that counts. But yeah, kind of a classic. Next up in 109th place, we have day 42 from the 100 Days series. It's here. I don't know. Something about like this part always felt kind of awkward to me. I like the block palette. That's a pretty cool interior too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's definitely an interior in there. But yeah, it's kind of mid. And to finish off our D tier, we have day 47 coming in at 108th place. It's a house. I think it's fun. I don't know. It was kind of intentionally way too colorful and just kind of random stuff everywhere. Just throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall. I like it, honestly. It's just kind of decent. It's hard for me to put it higher with its kind of really weird theme and color scheme and everything. I kind of like the brick though. I don't know. Yeah, got interior obviously, but yeah, it feels like it just kind of fits here. Next up, starting off our C tier at 107th place, we have the fixed version of the trapdoor house. I think it's pretty solid. It's nothing crazy. I try to keep as many trapdoors as possible, so it still looks kind of off. But I'm pretty happy with it. I really like the roof gradient a lot, honestly, but yeah, it's decent. It's all right. Next up, we got day 6 from the 100 Days series. The house itself isn't anything super crazy, but I really like the block palette I used for it. It was the first time I did anything kind of similar to this at all, so I feel like I get some points for that. And it also was like my first video to kind of pop off a little bit. I got like 2,000 views or something. Pretty solid, nothing crazy, but yeah, I like this house. Next up, we got the 10-minute house from the 1 minute versus 1 hour house 3, I believe. I like this house a lot. I don't know why. It's kind of like a chill, kind of like modern suburb style house. I never really built anything with this kind of color scheme before, so I kind of like it. And yeah, it's kind of pretty solid overall. The C tier, by the way, there's nothing like wrong with the houses. They're just kind of decent, pretty solid. Nothing really bad about them, but they're just not like outstanding. So that's kind of what the C tier is. Next up, we got the fixed version of the classic white texture house. And yeah, you know, it's obviously better than the original one, a lot better even, but you know, I just kind of feel like I dock points for the remake ones because they're just not original, obviously, because it's just a remake. So, you know, it's all right, but of course, nothing new to the table with it. So, you know, kind of just sits here at 104. Next up, we got the first random block house. The house itself is kind of just, you know, it's here. Oh, but I really like the roof gradient, like a lot. It's probably one of my favorite roof gradients I've like ever done. Just a really creative way to use like a few of these really weird blocks all in one. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty solid, and I think it does deserve the 103rd spot. Next up, spot 102, we got day 90 from the 100 Days series. Nothing too crazy with it. Same kind of texturing as a day 6 house, but obviously bigger scale, everything. Looks all right. It's not bad or anything. It's just kind of here. You know, a couple of weird things about it, but I think it's pretty solid. Next up, we got day 75 from the 100 Days series. Nothing really wrong with it. I think the shape feels slightly like awkward to me. I don't know why. Like this could have gone a little higher or something. I don't know. But I think the river kind of element here is pretty cool. I like the bell. I built this live. I forget who recommended I put a bell there, but it came from Stream Chat. So, you know, I might stream again. Who knows? Yeah, pretty solid. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing super right with it either, but pretty solid. All right, next up here, we got day 58. It's kind of just nothing. I mean, it's solid. It's not like bad. I like the landscaping on it. I like the pond, the picnic table. The house itself is just really small. I think I was kind of running low on time for this one. I need to get a video out. So it's a house. Next house. Next up, we got the fairy house. Just kind of here. This was actually a build request from my patron Jamishio, you know. Yeah, it's a house. It's decent. It's fine. It's here. It's 99th spot on the list. It's nothing too interesting or unique. It's just kind of a build. Really struggled with this one for some reason, but yeah, you know, it's here. I like the roof, I think, and the flowers. But yeah, kind of a classic. Next up, we got day 48. Kind of a weird one. I don't know. It's like a Google Earth house before I did the Google Earth series. It's pretty decent. I don't know. I don't dislike it or anything. You know, got an interior and everything. Wait a second. Oh, I knew the book was spin facts. But yeah, classic house. Nothing crazy about it. It's kind of here. Next up at number 97, we have day 13 from the 100 Day series. Kind of a classic. First time I really did a shape like this for the roof. I like the shape of kind of like this wizard tower sort of thing going on here. It's kind of a classic. I don't know. I didn't have internet when I made the video for this, so I have no skin. That's kind of all I remember for it. But yeah, it's kind of a classic house. I like it. I like the red. I like the deep slate with the red. It kind of has a nice contrast to it. But yeah, nothing too crazy here. Next up at number 96, we have day 31 from the 100 Days series. Pretty standard. Nothing wrong with it. It's just very like decent. I like the blue. I like the kind of texture on it. It's kind of like the final kind of like evolutionary step of like the earlier white textured houses with deep slate roofs. It's got a nice interior in it. Pretty standard, you know, nothing wrong with it, but nothing too outstanding either, I think. And next up, right next to it, is day 32 from the 100 Days series. I really like this house. It's kind of like a real life, again, another like Google Earth style house, basically, where I went on like Street View and built this house, but pretty solid. I like the interior on this one. Interior took forever. It was like the longest video upload at the time. A lot of rooms. It's the only house in this whole, not quite only, there's 2 houses in this world with a bathroom. This is one of them. But yeah, you know, pretty classic. Next up at 94th, we have the fixed version of this ugly monstrosity, which I was blind for. It's fine. I don't know. The shape still doesn't really like do it for me. I don't know. Something a bit wrong with the shape for me, but when you fix the textures and everything, it does look pretty good. Next up, we got the 4th build from when I fixed my old houses. This is the original. This is the fixed one. Looks way better. I like the concept of it being kind of on the side of the cliff, but nothing too special with the house itself here, really. But yeah, you know, it's here. Next up at 92, coming in about the middle of the list, I think, is day 15 from the 100 Day series. I like the crane. I think it's a good kind of progression from this. Just a bit better. Really solid, I don't know. But, you know, again, nothing too crazy with it. Kind of keeping it from going any higher. But yeah, you know, right in the middle feels about right. Next up at 91, we have day 74 from the 100 Day series. And yeah, you know, nothing too noteworthy about it. I like the roof a lot on this one, actually. But I kind of don't like the deep slate trim on it. Something about it just feels wrong. And I was never really able to pinpoint what I don't like about this house. But it felt kind of wrong to put any lower than this. So, you know, 91 feels fine. And finally, to kind of close out our C tier, we have this house here, which I fixed from that during my fixing old builds video. The shape of the house itself isn't too like insane, but I kind of like the curved frame, and this roof is just really cool. It's probably one of my favorite roofs I've ever built. So it's kind of like, you know, saves it a bit here. But yeah, really just kind of like the roof, honestly. Nothing too crazy about this one. But yeah, Let's move on to the B tier. Next up at number 89, we have the stairs only house. I really like this house, honestly. It's not like too crazy. I kind of like the shape I went for. I don't know why. I like the split down the middle. It's just pretty interesting. You kind of can't really even tell it's only stairs until you see like the door on the windows kind of give it away. But yeah, pretty solid. Nothing wrong with it. I think when you consider the challenge, it's a pretty decent house. Next up at 88, we have this AI house with a green roof. Pretty solid. I like the smoke coming out of the chimney. It's kind of carrying it for me here. Also, it's like a weird roof thing that's happening. But yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know. I kind of like it for some reason. Next up, we got the fixed version of the ChatGPT house. Kind of all I really did was fix the weird texturing with the white terracotta and make the roof a bit more varied, add a dormer. And yeah, kind of pretty solid. I like the way it came out. I don't know if I fixed the interior or not. I don't think I really did, but yeah, whatever. You know, fixed everything wrong with the original. Moved the chimney, I guess. I don't know. Next up at 86, we have day 92 for the 100 Day series. I feel like overall I finished this kind of series out really strong for the last like 20 or 30 houses, but this one is just kind of a miss for me. I don't know what it really is about it. The roof feels a bit awkward, but it's not bad, so I can't really justify putting it any lower than here. Yeah, something about the roof and the towers kind of feel a bit off, but yeah, you know, it's solid. It's pretty mid, but it's all right. Next up, we have the fixed version of my second white texture house. Kind of just shows that really all that was wrong with that house was the fact that I was basically blind, because once you just clean up literally just the textures, I didn't change anything with the shape of this. It's a really solid, like kind of like West Coast suburb sort of house. Nothing wrong with it. Pretty decent. Just can't really put any higher than this, but you know, pretty solid. Next up, we have the 1 hour house for my first 1 minute versus 1 hour house video. Again, nothing wrong with this one. I kind of don't like the silhouette of it. It's just a bit square, but you know, for the time I uploaded this, especially, pretty solid house. I like the interior, I think. Yeah, it's got a really nice interior in here, but yeah, nothing too crazy for the house itself. Just some stronger houses and more unique ideas too. Next up at number 83, we have this AI house from the 4th AI video. Pretty solid. It's nothing too crazy. I kind of like the white and pink theme going on, but yeah, nothing too noteworthy. I like the chimney. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, it kind of fits about here, I think. Next up, we got the 5th house for my 3rd AI video. Kind of interesting. You know, it is really weird. Kind of not really like a conventional house, but it's interesting. Okay, we'll call it that. It's interesting. I like this one. I don't know. I feel like it has like a kind of like bit of a charm to it. I don't know. It's a house that I built at some point. I like the like stained glass windows sort of look. So, you know, yeah, it's all right. It's not bad. Next up at number 81, we have this AI house. A lot of AI houses in this kind of tier. But yeah, I like this one. I think it looks pretty solid. Did I do an interior in this? I didn't think I did, but I guess I did an interior. Yeah, pretty solid. I like the brick and white kind of color scheme I went for. Well, I guess AI chose it or whatever, but you know, pretty solid. I like the gardens too and everything. Next up, just making the top 80 is this AI house right here with the oak roof. I like the sandstone walls on it. I think it's kind of a common theme. I feel like I like this palette. Maybe I should use that more, whatever. Pretty solid. Nothing too crazy. I like the garden. I like this kind of like offshoot thing. This kind of staircase going up. Nothing wrong with it. Just pretty decent house. Next up at 79th, we got day 85 for the 100 Day series. Kind of interesting. It's like 2 separate buildings. I feel like this kind of like a farm shed sort of thing. And then we got the actual house. I like the green roof on it. Not the first time I did it at this point, but I think it came out pretty decent. I like the landscape. I think I built this live. I did build this live. It's kind of a classic. I like it. Very solid. We're at the point where most of these houses are like pretty solid at this point. But yeah, decent house. Next up at 78th place, we got Random Block 6. Decent house. I like the palette. You know, built the same house I always do in these Random Block videos, but you know, it's not bad. I like the roof gradient. Pretty decent palette to look at. Could have been a lot worse. And next up, we got the 4th Random Block video. Again, another really interesting palette that I somehow managed to make work. Nothing too crazy with it. The quartz walls like a bit, you know, they could be a bit better. I like the foundation though. Creative use of the loom, I will say, you know, not to glaze myself. And yeah, roof gradient is pretty solid. The shape and like theme kind of hold it back from being like better because yeah, I didn't really cook that hard, but you know, good block use. Next up, 76, we have day 70 from the 100 Day series. Got a patron request to use these kind of blocks. And yeah, very interesting. I would have probably never used the nether wood like that before. I kind of like the water wheel. Yeah, nothing too crazy with it, but pretty solid for what I had to work with, I think. Next up, we got day 57 from the 100 Day series. Kind of the start of like a different style of building, which, you know, definitely did not get oversaturated on this channel at all. But I really like this house. It was really solid at the time. I'm happy with it. Shape is a bit simple, but I kind of like the 2 different buildings sort of thing going on there with the shed. Of course, that interior and everything, like the red roof, you know. But yeah, pretty solid. Next up, we got day 53 from the 100 Day series, of course. Turns out 100 days, a lot of houses. It's like, you know, over half the list. But, you know, pretty cool house. I like the green roof. The shape is a bit, like, maybe slightly awkward. I don't know. It's like a bit too thick here. A bit could have been taller there. But, you know, I like it. It was pretty unique at the time. It was kind of one of the first houses from the series I was, like, actually proud of, along with that one. I was, like, thinking a proper house, you know? But, yeah. Pretty decent. Next up, we got day 50. Pretty decent house. You know, halfway point of the series. Definitely an improvement over the first, house for sure. Pretty solid. I like the copper roof a lot. Copper and the birch kind of looks good together, but yeah, nothing too crazy, but pretty solid. Next up, we got the first house from the Google Earth series. Kind of. This is FaZe Rug's house. Not a bad house, but definitely my least favorite of the Google Earth. But I think that's just because the house itself is kind of weird. I don't think I did a bad job at it or anything. It's kind of like pretty skinny. There's not much of a front of the house, so it looks kind of weird. It's hard to get the screenshot of. I do like it. I like the roof details. I like the texturing. I kind of like the back part. And these trees are actually pretty solid. I don't think I've ever built trees this good before. I don't have to hype myself up here, but decent house for sure. And that does close off the B tier, moving into the A tier houses now. And I think these are when they start getting pretty good. Next up, we got the second AI house coming in at 71st place. Pretty solid. I mean, it's not like anything too crazy. I kind of like the detailing of it. I like the landscaping too, but not anything too crazy. Next up, we got day 37. I don't know why I like this one so much. It's really not anything too crazy. I just really like this sort of build. I don't know why. It's a classic to me. I've always liked this one. Something too crazy. Left half is like a restaurant, and this is like an apartment that's like closed because I didn't feel like doing the interior. Pretty solid house, especially in like this era during the first half of the series. Yeah, next up, we got day 67 from the 100 Days series. Really interesting house. I don't know. Clock tower, just kind of doing whatever I felt like doing at the time. I built this during my first live stream ever. So, it's kind of a classic by default. A lot of copper, deep slate. Nothing crazy with like the palette of it, really. But just kind of an interesting shape house. Interior and everything, of course. Computer. And yeah, bell at the top, I guess. There's a clock. Yeah, I do like this house a lot. It's a classic. Next up at 68, we got day 62 of the 100 Days series. Kind of a classic. The shape is a bit weird, but I really like the pathway underneath it. It's kind of a fun, kind of unique element to it. A lot of the early houses here, 100 Days houses in general, it was kind of me trying to think of a gimmick for the house. There's an upside down one right there, so just trying to find a gimmick to make them unique, and I think this one actually kind of worked out really well. So yeah, really solid house. Next up, we got day 86. The house itself here is really nothing too crazy. Kind of just tall roof, white walls. But I really like the landscaping on this, and especially this bridge. At the time, I really like the way this looks. Still kind of do. Pretty solid. Kind of a little river coming through here, a small kind of valley sort of shape. But yeah, really like this bridge, honestly. Kind of carrying the house, but yeah, it's classic. Next up at number 66, we have my entry for the build competition, or should I say Nothing Like You's entry for the build competition. It's a classic. I mean, for the random blocks I had to work with, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think it did necessarily bad or anything. It did all right in the competition. It did what it had to do. Decent looking house. And I put Netspend lyrics in here, of course. But yeah, decent house. I like it. For what I had to work with, obviously. Yeah, pretty solid. We got a lot of the 100 Days houses in this tier. So, we got day 43 coming in at 65th. I really like this one. Probably my favorite copper build for the most part. Just pretty decent. I don't know. It was my first time really building with it to this kind of scale for the roof and everything. Yeah, I like it. Pretty good. Next up, 64th, we got day 71. First time I really did this kind of fire gradient sort of thing. And yeah, I really like it. I like it with the white walls. I like the lack of a frame on this too. It just kind of looks really cool in my opinion. I like this window. A lot of stuff I like about this build. I like the bridge kind of a bit less than the house, but pretty solid house. I like it. Next up, we got day 52 from the 100 Days. I don't know, I like it. Kind of the goal was a rickety sort of beach house, and I think I accomplished that. I don't know if I would have used stone brick here if I were to build this again. It's not bad though. Pretty solid. I like the water area, all that stuff. Next up, we got the first AI house. Kind of kickstarted the channel in a way. Always like this house. I don't know why. It's not anything too crazy really, build-wise. I get so many comments about the fact that I used the wrong block for this or that or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Okay, I like the house. It's a classic to me. I will always like this house. I don't know, the video for it is kind of garbage, but it's a banger. All right, it's a banger. I feel like we're in kind of banger area now. Every house that comes up is a banger, but yeah, this one's a banger. Next up, we got day 84 from the 100 Days series. Only thing holding this house back is the foundation layer is just too short. But other than that, I like every part of this house. Again, overusing the red roof. I know. Okay, I get it. All right, but yeah, decent house except for the foundation thing. Kind of always bothered me. It just looks too small. Oh yeah, pretty decent. Let me know down below, by the way, which is your favorite house in this video. If you make it this far, who knows? Maybe you might not. It's probably gonna be a long video. My bad. Next, we got day 89. Kind of a solid cherry house. I tried a lot of weird roof stuff with this one, and I think it did mostly work. It's kind of not really a noteworthy house. You know what I mean? It played it very safe. But I think it's interesting. I like the interior. It's all right. Gamblers only. Oh my God, there's a casino in here. Next up in 59th place, we have day 78. I like it. Nothing wrong with this house. It's just kind of, there's another house that's very similar to this that I did before it that I like more. So it's kind of why it's, it's B tier. It's all right. Interior's fine. Nothing too wrong with it or anything, but yeah, pretty solid. Next up, we got day 41. Nothing wrong with this house. Nothing particularly amazing about it either. There's some weird proportion stuff, but for the time especially, I was really happy with this. Kind of went for like a more heavily detailed rustic sort of style, and I think it came out pretty good. Kind of a classic, but yeah, pretty decent house. I like the pond. Next up, we got this fixed version of a really old house from my fixing builds video. I really like the way this house came out fixed. It was very boring before, but this roof shape and like, you know, full blocks here and everything just looks really good in my opinion. I'm really happy with it. Obviously, there's still a few things that are kind of weird, but I wanted to kind of keep the spirit of the original, so I couldn't fix it like too perfectly or anything. Like, you know, some shape stuff that I would probably not do today, but I think that kind of adds to the character of it. Next up, closing out the A tier at 56th place, we have day 69 of the 100-day series. It's a very interesting house. All right, I'll say that. It's not bad. I was getting a lot of comments at the time and messages in chat telling me to build a castle because I was like live during this. I can't build a castle, so we built a house with a castle in front of it. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Gambling. I have no clue why, but here it is. It's good. I like it. I like the roof gradient. Yeah, you know, weird concept, decent execution. Next up, to start off our A+ tier, we have day 59. Probably my favorite cherry house. I don't know if it's the shape or just like the simplicity of it. It's kind of classic. I don't know. Shout out Brody. I feel like he'd kill me if I didn't have a cherry house this high. But you know, pretty solid. Nothing wrong with it. I like it. Move on. Next up at 54th place, we have Google Earth 9. I believe this is Arizona. Nothing wrong with this one. I don't dislike it. I like the block palette. I feel like from the front, it just looks a bit awkward with like the shape. So it kind of keeps me from thinking it's like my favorite Google Earth or anything, but it's a pretty solid house. I like the basketball hoop. You know, the garage is cool. Nothing too crazy. Just, you know, decent house. Next up, we got day 98 from the 100-day series. I really like this house, honestly. I think it's just like the block palette. I have another house with a similar roof, which is a bit higher up on the list. But, you know, with the stone, it looks pretty good. Kind of went for a bit of like a medieval sort of theme, I know. Crazy. A lot of stone here. I had this kind of angled section, which was just to make a few people in my comments kind of leave me alone about building something on a diagonal, even though that barely counts. Of course, got a whole interior, kind of honey themed and everything. I really like it. Solid house. Yeah, I think it belongs as high up on the list. I don't know. Next up, we got day 88 from the 100-day series. I kind of like what I was going for here with the sort of lava river going through it. Around Halloween time, so I built a couple houses with a more dark kind of block palette. I like the roof a lot. This wasn't the first house I did it on or anything, but just a pretty decent house. Of course, the whole interior and everything, as always. But yeah, pretty solid A+ tier house in my opinion. Next up, we got the final house from the 4th AI video. I'm really happy with how this one came out. So about the shape and then also like this sort of stained glass kind of effect going on in there. I really like. Usually the AI houses have very boring sort of shapes to them, but this one actually had a nice kind of varied design, which I did like a lot. And yeah, you know, but yeah, pretty happy with how it came out, I think. Next up, we got my second 1 hour house build. Kind of get some points docked for a lack of originality because, you know, this is a block palette I've done to death at this point. But I'm really happy with how this one came out. I like basically every part of this house a lot. Honestly, of course, got the whole interior and everything. Oh yeah, pretty solid house. Next up at 49th, we have my waterfront cafe build. This one's a bit different because this is actually part of like a collaborative project. Of course, by ThaMango. If you haven't seen the video already, it's a banger. I recommend you check it out. You know, ThaMango, Mog Swamp was in there. You know, a lot of really talented builders. And my part of the project was this little waterfront cafe build. Really solid build. I don't know. I like the kind of theme I went for, the kind of vibe. Bit different than a lot of my usual stuff, but yeah, pretty solid. Next up, we got day 72 from the 100 Days series. Kind of went for a different approach than my usual houses around this time. It's kind of a more small scale, heavily detail focused, sort of like cabin build. Usually I go for like, you know, the tall roofs and like colorful stuff, so I kind of toned it back. Went for a more like gray sort of build here, and I really like the way it came out. It's kind of a classic. I don't know. Also, it was my first time building this kind of smoke with glass. I think I honestly kind of nailed it first try. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Next up, we have this build from my fixing build series. I think it's probably my favorite like fixed build that I've ever done. I don't think there's any above this on this list. I mean, I just really saved this build a lot. I like the kind of colorful roof. I like the shape. I kind of added these dormers, which definitely saved it. Cleaned up the texturing, all that stuff. And I just kind of really like the way it looks. Pretty simple, but I like it. Next up, 46th place, we have my colorblind house. I built this with a mod that basically just made the whole game grayscale. And I think I kind of nailed it. I don't know. I missed one block with the entire build, which kind of is annoying, but I don't know, really solid. I like kind of the simplistic sort of, like there's no frame on it, basically. It was kind of what I was experimenting with in this build. Scaffolding windows, a lot of different stuff that I wouldn't normally do. But yeah, I really like how it came out. I think there's an interior here. Very simple interior. I didn't do a whole lot with it. Solid build, I like it. Next up, we got the most recent build for my Google Earth series. I believe this is the 15th one, I think I counted. It's pretty solid. It's not like a standout Google Earth house or anything, but I think it is a pretty solid build. I like the texturing. I did the best I could. I didn't have a lot of information on the back of this house or anything. But yeah, I really like how it came out. Simple block palette, clean colors. I like the contrast. I think it fits this high up into the list. Next up at 44th on the list, we got day 82 from the 100 Days series. I don't know why I like this one so much. It's so stupid. Like, I think I just felt like building a castle. I don't know. I think I streamed this one too. Put gambling on the roof, of course. I don't know. It's just a kind of weird build, but I think it's like fun. I think it's unique. There should be a chicken in here on a leash, right? Oh my god, it's crazy. Santa, oh my god. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I like it. I like the texturing I did. You know, I like the landscape. Next up, we got day 66. Classic house. I don't know. I just really like the block palette on this. The shape is not that fancy, but I like the honey theme. I like this kind of like beehive on the side. I think it works really well with the dark oak. There's a nice contrast to it. This Messy's house, of course. Yeah, of course, it has an interior and everything. You know, a lot of yellow, a lot of orange. Just, I don't know, really cool house. I like this one. Next up, we got day 97 from the 100 Days series. I don't know, pretty cool house. I don't know. I guess I went for castle again. I didn't realize I did this, like, many castle builds, but I guess I did. But yeah, kind of just weird sort of roof stuff going on here. I kind of like the green. A bit more muted, but looks pretty cool. Has, like, a very open interior, I think. It's a pretty solid house. I don't know. I like the color scheme. I like the shape. There's like a library over here, I think. Pretty cool stuff. I don't know. Next up at 41, we have Google Earth 12, which is Maryland, I believe. Just a really solid house. I like a lot of the weird kind of detailing stuff with this one. Could use shelves for this. Shelves were out at the time, but they weren't. Yeah, really solid build. I like the way it looks. I like the scale that I kind of went for with it. I kind of scaled this up a bit more than I usually do for Google Earth houses, but I think it worked out pretty well in the end. Let me do kind of these weird shapes in here, get some window details and all that stuff. But yeah, pretty solid house. Next up, before we get into the S tier of this video and the top 40, I want to take a second to mention some honorable mention builds that didn't quite make it in because they weren't actually featured in videos. It might have been from streams or cut content or something, but yeah, we're gonna show a few houses real quick. Starting with this one behind me, I built this during a stream. Just a red roof, pretty simple medieval house. Kind of a cool house, nothing crazy, but I've never showed this off in a video or anything. Pretty solid build, got a mini fridge, of course. You know, TV. And yeah, I think it was pretty good. At the time, this was probably one of my favorite builds I built. But yeah, just not in a video, so it doesn't get a spot on the list. All right, next up, next honorable mention here, we got this house I built February 1st of this year. Has an interior and everything, you know. I always really like the palette I used on this, I think. And like the cliffside kind of spot. That's pretty cool. Next up, I built this actually in my last stream pretty recently. It's kind of like an oceanside, kind of beach, cafe sort of build. Nothing too crazy with it. I don't know, just kind of test stream, needed something to build. I was like yapping. I put most of these honorable mention sort of builds between probably B and A and like A plus kind of tier. The last one though, I'd probably put in like S, but yeah. Solid builds. And final honorable mention, this video was actually cut, unfortunately. It was for like a sponsor sort of segment, and it would have been on someone else's channel, actually, not mine. It was a build competition. I built Peach's Castle from Mario 64 in like an hour. It's, you know, kind of a funny build. I don't know. Some things I changed with it, but I figured to put it on the list. Definitely not because Sammy told me to put it on the list. Shout out Sammy. I like the stained glass though. I don't know. It looks pretty cool, I think. But yeah, solid build. Probably put in like B tier, A tier. I don't know. Execution B, whatever. I was on time limit, okay? You know, it was hard. Next up, start off the S tier. We have day 77 from the 100 Days series. Not the most like inventive block palette or anything, but I really like the shape. Kind of has like a nice silhouette to it. Just with like shape and everything. The crane. It's got a nice mine area, decent landscaping, you know, interior and everything, of course. Nothing too crazy with it, but yeah, pretty solid build. Next up at 39th, we have Google Earth Rhode Island. I don't know, pretty solid house. A couple things bothered me that I would be able to fix now. The shelves, it's just kind of these trapdoors kind of always kind of annoy me a bit. I would like the shape of the house, pretty interesting. I think I made it decently faithful to the original. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I don't know, kind of a classic. Next up at 38, we have Google Earth Washington, 2 Google Earth back to back. This one kind of is a bit less complicated than the last one, but I always like the kind of bright color it had, and I did the backyard too. I had like a shed and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just like the kind of red. It looks weird in Minecraft. Like you might think this can't really be like what the house actually looked like, but it did. It was bright red. So, you know, really cool palette. I don't know. Next up, we have the house that I built while I was getting exploded by TNT every minute. I built this in an hour, which I think is like kind of really like solid, honestly. For like an hour, like I think this is better than most of my other 1 hour houses. Just really solid build. I don't know. Decent scale, has decent landscape. I like the cave, even though I like didn't get as much time as I maybe wanted for the build itself. There's no interior on it, of course. But I like the crane kind of element to it. And yeah, just solid build. Maybe I would have agreed into the roof if I had more time. But yeah, for the time constraints especially, you know, it's pretty good. Next we got Google Earth Nebraska. I really like the way this one came out. I think the like kind of density of like the details on it, if that makes sense, is like kind of perfect. Like there's nowhere that really feels like empty, I don't think. There's kind of something everywhere, which is something I really like about this house. Shape is also really nice. I really like the block palette, surprisingly. I thought it was kind of ugly in person. Maybe not ugly, but just kind of, there's some weird stuff about it for sure. But I like the kind of brick, mud, and birch. Kind of looks really cool. These windows are still really weird. That's what they looked like in person though. But yeah, just a lot of details that I could kind of easily put in Minecraft. Like there was like weird vents at the top, you know, chimney, of course. Yeah, cool build. Next up, we have the house from the first GeoGuessr video. It really interesting house. I've never built anything like this before, or I think after this. This is in Bulgaria. Super interesting kind of architecture over there, seemingly, from the little I've seen. Yeah, pretty cool build. Yeah, very unique, which is I think why it gets this spot. It's maybe not the, like, most crazily detailed texture thing I've ever built, but I don't know. I think it just kind of has a nice kind of uniqueness to it that I really like. Next up, we got day 96 from the 100 Days series. Super interesting, kind of weird house. I had a request from the GOAT Aelic, the many-time patron. I got a Patreon, by the way. Quick plug. Patreon down below. You should join that. You get downloads for every house in this video. So I guess it's kind of an advertisement, but that wasn't the point of this video. But Discord as well. You should join. Anyway, I had a specific request to put a windmill in it and use like every type of wood, or like at least like a few types of wood. So we got this weird kind of oak, birch, spruce, acacia, dark oak kind of mess going on here, but I actually really like it. It was a really interesting shape. Finally got the windmill down, which I tried in the past and I could not build. I like the kind of hay. It's wheat. I like the wheat in the front. That's hay bales. Okay, it's fair. Has a really interesting interior where you kind of step in and then immediately go up. Not a whole lot of space in here. This is one of the only builds with a bathroom in it. Crazy, I know. But yeah, cool build. I really like it. It has enough unique elements to kind of stand out as well with the smoke and the windmill and the weird color scheme and everything. But yeah, I think it fits in the S tier pretty well in my opinion. Next up, we got day 83 from the 100 Days series. Really just weird house, but like unique in like kind of a good way. I got this kind of like hill, kind of like, I don't know, Nightmare Before Christmas kind of hill, with like the curve coming out. Got this cool like, kind of beach area, and of course this whole lighthouse thing going on. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. The interior is basically just a big staircase. So not that noteworthy of an interior, but I think the gradient on this looks pretty good. Built this live on stream. The stream kept crashing, kind of classic. Looks cool. I don't know. Nothing much to say here, even though it's not much of a house, but pretty cool. Next up, we got the house from ChatGPT, Google Earth. Asked ChatGPT to basically choose a house from anywhere in the whole world. Asked it for, continent, state, kind of narrowed it down. And it gave me this historical house sort of museum thing from like Queensland, Australia or something, I think it was. I think it was pretty cool, honestly. I kind of like the rusted roof. It was a lot of interesting build challenges that I've never really done before, which I think, made for a pretty good video and a pretty cool house. There's a lot of details everywhere because it's like a touristy kind of area, so I can get pictures from like the back and everything. Farming sort of equipment, of course. Oh yeah, cool build. A lot of really interesting details. Kind of was like a cool like silhouette because there's like all those like chimneys coming up for some reason. There's like 10 of them. But yeah, solid. Like the color scheme. Cool house. Next up, we got day 87 from the 100 Days series. The house itself is not anything too crazy, but it's on a floating island, which I think is pretty cool. It really helps it stand out among this whole like crowd of houses here. Really cool house too on top of it, of course, but yeah. Cool island bit and everything. His entire interior, of course. Let me guess, gambling room. Oh, classic, man, classic. Next up, we got random blocks 8. The lighthouse, of course. Really cool build. I asked for 5 random blocks and then a random theme. And I'm sure you could tell kind of the blocks I got here. Yeah, I'm really happy that this one came out. Something about it was just really cool. Kind of like a wizard tower at the top, just because I couldn't get the slope I wanted without stairs, because we still don't have green stairs. Mojang, please. Cool build and cool start for the top 30. Next up, here off pure aura alone, not exactly the most insane house ever. We got the Christmas house. It's an absolute classic of the channel. I don't know, I always really like this house. I don't know, just a really cool gingerbread sort of house. Got the candy canes, the Christmas tree. This was built and uploaded on Christmas Day, or at least uploaded on Christmas Day, so these were presents. So, obviously it looked a bit better then. But yeah, really cool house. Of course, got the interior. Got the Santa fit right there. Simple interior, banger house. Kind of stands here for just being unique. Kind of, just got aura, honestly. I don't know how else to put it. But yeah, classic house. Next up, we got the second house from the Google Earth series. Believe this was Tennessee. Solid house. It was an absolute nightmare at the time. I think it was the longest single recording I ever had at the time. Obviously it's been past now. This roof was an absolute nightmare, and then texturing it was even more of a nightmare. I think I forgot the whole back too, which is kind of fire. That might actually be the strat. I forget to texture the back half. I'm losing my voice, sorry. I forget to texture the back half and I don't have to do it. No one ever sees. But not classic house. Cool kind of block palette. I like it. The pale, the mangrove. It's kind of back porch area. Yeah, solid house. I think it definitely kind of fits here at number 28. Next up, we got Google Earth, Wisconsin. Classic. Shout out to my patron, Sai, top donator. He specifically chose Wisconsin. This isn't really a house. It's actually a winery. I'm pretty happy that this one came out. I like the block palette of it. I like the kind of dark gray. I like a lot of the details on the back, too. But yeah, the dark gray walls just look really cool, in my opinion. I like the front garden and everything. Looked a lot like the Inspiration kind of house. But yeah, solid build. kind of a banger, I don't know. Next up at 26, we have Google Earth, Colorado. I think you either love or hate this house, and if you hate that it's here this high on the list, you know, that's totally fair. Super weird house from the very bright kind of colors, and like, you know, I think it's kind of Victorian styled, I don't know. Then you got the staircase up to this flat part of the roof with a door, you know, it's got a balcony. It's a weird house, but I like it. It's interesting. I think I did pretty good at like what I could really have done with Minecraft's blocks for this one. A solid house, kind of banger. Definitely this high on like uniqueness, maybe more than like actual build, like technical skill with it. But yeah, solid build. I like it. Next up, start off the top 25. We have day 60 from the 100 Days series. I really like this house. I've always liked it. The orange roof, the stone walls, roof shape, the towers, everything about it I just kind of always really liked. Obviously, you know, I built houses way better than it since for sure. So it's maybe slightly here off like maybe nostalgia and like biased, but I don't know, this is the first house I built that I was kind of like, hold up, like wait a minute, I'm kind of cooking, you know. But of course got the whole interior, which I also really like on this one. Kind of has like a balcony sort of loft area, you know, got the bed. It's like large stained glass windows, which kind of broke over time somehow. Yeah, pretty cool house. I don't know, I like it. It's a banger. I don't know, you know, maybe you don't, but it's here. Next up, we got Google Earth 4, which was Alabama. Absolute classic house. The house itself is nothing like too crazy. I think it's pretty solid in its like simplicity. There's nothing wrong with it. Pretty good house, very solid, but I couldn't bring myself to put this any lower because this house was an absolute classic for the channel. It kind of like the first video that really like blew up, which, you know, I of course will like forever appreciate this house for making me stick with the Google Earth format, you know what I mean? But yeah, banger house. Next up at 23, we got Google Earth 1, which was Connecticut. Kind of an absolute classic of a house here. Well, I always love this house. I don't know, it looks decent. Like texturing, like the roof looks a lot like the real life house, even with like the weird stuff. Like this kind of roof comes out here. It's like a weird thing here. I don't know. Also, like the depth here was really annoying to build, but yeah, solid house. Looks a lot like what I wanted it to look like, and house has started it all with the Google Earth stuff. So, you know, I appreciate this house. Banger house. I could have put it at the top of the list, but I held back. All right, I held back. I didn't do it. Next up, we got day 73 from the 100 Days series. I just really like this house for some reason. I think it's like the shape. It kind of like slopes down in like a really nice looking way. So it's just kind of always made me like this house. I like this on a hill, you know, a lot of interesting stuff. The video for it did well back then. You know, those standards at that time. So, you know, banger video, banger house. Oh my god, I'm spitting facts here. I think I built this house live. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe not. Oh yeah, classic house. 22, decent spot for it. I like it. Next up, we got day 76 from the 100 Days series. I just always like this house. I don't know. There was nothing like specific about it that was like crazy to me or anything, I don't think. I just kind of really like the shape of it. The foundation I always thought was kind of cool. I like these like stilts coming up. Of course, has an interior, as all the houses do from this time. But yeah, banger house, nothing wrong with it. I like it. Kind of got some points docked though for a lack of originality, because, you know, the red roof thing was kind of a bit old at this point. But yeah, that closes out our S tier. So now we'll get into the S plus tier, and I think these are my top 20 favorite houses I've ever built. Next up, to start off this top 20, we have day 64 from the 100 Days series. I don't know what it is about this house. I think it just kind of like really like set like a vibe, I guess, like kind of like a fall sort of feeling with this house. Got the pumpkins, you know, the wheat in the front, the orange roof. I know I always like the interior too. Nothing too like fancy with it. This is one of my favorite like smaller houses for a while for sure. Just really solid. I like it. Definitely in the top 20 for me. Now yeah, let's move on to the next one, which is right next to it. We have day 63 from the 100 Days series. I always like this house. I don't know, something about I don't know, it's a fish tank, you know? Like, I was really at this point trying to think of just anything unique to make these houses different, because I was kind of building the same house over and over again. So when I could think of something to kind of switch it up, make it cool, I really liked it. Instead of a window here, we have a fish tank for some reason. Why not? Who doesn't like fish? I guess. I don't know. Of course, there's an interior too, which I always kind of liked. There's like spiral staircase up the middle. And this fish tank is also visible from here, and this one from the bottom. It's a really solid house. Maybe one day I'll kind of revisit the fish tank dome sort of feeling for the house, but yeah, pretty cool build in my opinion. Next up, we got day 68 from the 100 Days series. Earlier in the list, we had a smaller mushroom house, but I think this one is kind of like the perfection of it, at least to me. I always really love this house. I don't know why. The mycelium, just kind of like the perfect amount of like weird, while still being a house. The interior, of course, is like the 5th house dedicated to Aelic, by the way. So, you know, I got the mushroom carpet. You know, top floor interior too is pretty cool. Mushroom themed window, everything, you know, just a really cool house. I always like this house, like the landscaping on it and everything, you know, just kind of a classic. I don't know, it's a banger. Next up, coming in at 17th place, we have the finale of the 100 Days series, day 100. Really cool house. I don't know, I just really like it. If it was in like maybe like a vacuum, I would like it more, but this is like the red roof is getting a bit overdone. You know, this block palette, I've done it many times. That was kind of the point for this one. I wanted it to be kind of maybe not symbolic, but just a bit of like perfecting what I've already done, basically, was kind of my goal for this one. Because the whole lead up was me trying different weird things. So, you know, really cool house, really solid house. I like the interior on this one. I actually use it sometimes if I need like an intro. I've used it sometimes. I forget how long it's been at this point. But yeah, pretty classic house. I like it. Definitely my top 20. You know, maybe you hate it. Let me know. Coming in at 16th place, we have day 79 for the 100 Days series. Really just went for whatever I could even think of. The goal was kind of build the tallest house I ever built at the time, which I did. Without the cliff, it was still taller. It's just a really stupid house. I was building this on stream, and I just kind of kept adding to it, just whatever I could, for no reason, just to kind of increase the scale. Really solid. I think this one's dedicated to Aelic as well. Shout out Aelic. Really cool interior. I always like this kind of like chandelier with the soul lanterns. It's like double loft. This book, which speaks crazy facts, you know, telling you to subscribe and join the Patreon, all that. But yeah, really cool house, banger, one of my favorites for sure. Coming in at 15th, we have Google Earth, Michigan. I think you either love or hate this house. I love this house. Really weird house to drop on in the middle of the US, but it's a castle. I don't know, there's a lot of weird block choices. The walls were really yellow, so I kind of had to go for this. There's no option that's less yellow than this, so this was kind of the only option I had. The roof was very colorful. There was random red spots in it. I couldn't just ignore them. You know, there was copper, like kind of light blue colored tops on the points and everything. It was just a very weird, colorful house. I did the best I could. Some people said I should use sandstone. I don't know. I hold true to my beliefs that it's yellow. I got to use the yellow block. Okay, I'm not gonna be boring. I'm not gonna make it sand color. Oh yeah, cool house, solid house, banger, top 15. It's here. Next up, we got Google Earth 3. I don't even remember. I have no idea what state this is from, I'm not gonna lie. Massachusetts, maybe? All right, I don't know. Banger house. I don't know. I always really like this one. Kind of this weird landscape sort of thing on it with a hill and everything. Has this back porch. There's nothing too like crazy or noteworthy about this house. I just always kind of like the simplicity of the shape of it. I like how I textured it. For some reason, it's one of the most viewed videos on my channel. I don't know. Not really a crazy house or anything, but I don't know. It's pretty cool. I like it. Next up, we got episode 93 from the 100 Days series. I don't know why I really like this house this much, but I do. Just white walls and then full red on the roof. Even the outline, I just really leaned all the way into the colorful kind of block palette here. Red windows, everything. Cool house. I always liked it. The interior, one of my favorite interiors I think ever that I built. Like, it's kind of just a classic. I don't know. I literally use this in the intro of this video, you know? You probably didn't even notice. Oh yeah, I was in this house. Go back, watch it again. Watch the whole video again. Nah, classic build. I don't know. I like it. I like the loft, everything. Just a really cool house. I don't know. Feels really unique. Next up, we got day 81 from the 100 Days series. Got a lot of 100 Days houses in a row, by the way, so I'm gonna stop saying that. But, you know, day 81, my first kind of built with this black roof gradient, which I really like. I don't know, just like black concrete, coal, concrete powder, deep slate, and then all the way up. And then anvils and spikes on the roof, which I also really like, and I don't think I did before this one. Oh yeah, it's a really cool house. I don't know, I like the block palette, I like the mycelium. Kind of, you know, it's around Halloween time, so start getting kind of like spooky sort of theme here, and the color scheme and the pumpkins and everything. But yeah, cool house. I like it. Definitely in my like top 15 for sure. Next up, we got day 91. It's kind of a classic. I don't know. I always really like the kind of vibe it had to it, with like kind of slightly overgrown railway track. You know, the train station, everything. The blue roof. You know, circular windows. Kind of always felt really unique and interesting to me. I don't really remember the interior that much on this, but yeah, pretty solid. Nothing too crazy for the interior, but you know, I just really like the kind of shape of the house, I think, a lot. And kind of just feeling it as, I don't know, it feels special, you know? Next up, finally entering the top 10 of this list. We've gone through 170 plus houses, mostly garbage, but, you know, to get to this banger. I really like this house. I don't know. I think it's just like the white and black kind of monochrome sort of block palette, except for the flowers and the windows, of course. And it's kind of wheat field in the front. It's kind of always had a cool feeling to it. I like the roof spikes. A lot of iron, I guess, but looks pretty cool. You know, of course, got the interior, you know, with the table. But yeah, really cool build. Kind of feels like the perfection of a lot of my earlier, like white and black sort of themed houses from the 100 Days. But yeah, pretty solid build. Coming in at 9th place, we have day 65 from the 100 Days series. I think I always really like this roof gradient and kind of this like side balcony on it, along with this tower. Had a lot of like cool, unique, sort of interesting elements all together at once. That really kind of made it stand out to me. Of course, it's an interior and everything, as most houses do. Banger house. Very solid. I kind of like the big door in the front too. Kind of looks cool. But yeah, banger house. Next up, coming in 8th place, we have day 95. I really like this one. I've always liked this one. Kind of like my first time building city buildings, and I felt like, you know, these are actually really solid. Of course, you know, shout out Sonic Adventure 2. That's the GOAT. Kind of San Francisco inspired, you know, with the steep hill and the houses on the hill and everything. Of course, got the interior and everything. This kind of left house is like a apartment sort of building, and then on the right, it's like a restaurant. But yeah, I just like the kind of split The colors, you know, this one is mud and brick, and this one is kind of stone brick and white. The black roof, you know, got the row and everything. A lot of cool details, a lot of color with the flowers and everything. But yeah, really solid house, and I've always been really proud of this one. And right next to it at 7th place, we have day 94 from the 100 Days series. Kind of a completely different approach from the last one. Very nature focused. It's kind of like a vineyard sort of build here. So my first time building anything really like this at all. I kind of took a step back and thought about the environment that the house was in and let that take up most of the kind of build space. So, you know, we have these like kind of berries and everything. We have this path that curves up that I've always really liked. I don't know why. It just looks really good. And we have this top kind of hill cliff sort of area with the restaurant on top. It's kind of a really cool build. I don't know. I've always really liked it. I really like the style of it. Kind of revisited this later with one of the AI houses, but yeah, pretty solid build. Next up, coming in 6th place, we have day 80 from the 100 Days series. The last 100 Days house, almost. There's one more that places higher than this. This has always been one of my favorites. Really like this. It's kind of like a fantasy sort of medieval, like tavern sort of thing. I don't really know. I just kind of went crazy with the shape. 3 layers, kind of like based off of concept art a little bit. Just kind of a classic. I like the block palette. I always like the interior too. When you come in here, it's just kind of like, you know, all the stuff is really cheap and affordable, which is pretty cool to see in this economy and everything. And then of course you got 2 like kind of living area floors. A fridge. Oh my god, another fridge. It's crazy. But yeah, really cool house. I've always liked it. Banger. And with that, that brings us to the top 5 of this video. These are my 5 favorite houses right now. Again, this list changes all the time, so maybe a month from now, these won't be my top 5. But right now, these are my top 5. So if you're skipping this point in the video from beginning, you know, what's up, hello, join the Patreon, join the Discord, all that. Subscribe. Thank you for 50K. You're all amazing, you know. It's crazy. Thank you. And let's get in top 5. Next up at number 5, we have GeoGuessr 2. This was kind of like I don't know if it was like a hotel or like a restaurant from Argentina. Really cool build. I like this build a lot. I mean, I would prefer if I didn't get like a daily comment on the video calling it Mumbo Jumbo House. Shout out Mumbo Jumbo, that's the GOAT. But yeah, really cool house. I really like the like details on it. I don't know, the back is kind of empty, of course. I couldn't really see it. But from the front, it's like really like heavily detailed in like kind of cool ways. Look at, there's like these vents on the side, sort of like chimney thing, you know, all these trees, this sign here. And yeah, just a really cool house. Always been really happy with this one since I built it. Got to do another GeoGuessr video because I actually bought a year of GeoGuessr when I made the first one, by the way. So that's why I got a sequel. But yeah, banger house for sure. Next up, we got the final house with any like time restriction. Coming at number 4, we have the 1 hour house for my third 1 minute versus 1 hour house video. I just always really like this house for some reason. I think it's kind of the shape. I took a bit more risks than I usually would in one of these videos because like an hour isn't a lot of time. So if you want to scrap something, the house is cooked basically. So you just kind of got to wing it and really hope. So that's why a lot of times I play safe with the shape and everything. I'm just kind of scented on this one. I really like the roof grading on it. I have this like tower here, this windmill, which I think looks pretty cool. This whole kind of farm area, and of course, got the full interior on this one, of course. And I think I even had time left over, so yeah, pretty cool house. I like it. I really like the shape of it. It's kind of, man, it will look really good on like a floating island, I feel like. But yeah, banger house, definitely top 5 for me, and yeah, it takes the number 4 spot. Next up, coming in at 3rd place, we have the final house for the 100 Days series. We got this upside down house. I just love this house. I don't know. It was like a funny joke at the time because I had a terrible one from earlier in the list. But I did it for real, under cliffside sort of thing. Got the terrain on top. Of course, Avatar inspired, you know, real ones, of course, no, I'm sure. You know, got the interior, which I thought was kind of funny to have it like right way up in here. Yeah, really cool house. I admit that maybe pure build wise, it would be a tier or 2 lower, probably maybe 3 tiers lower. I don't know. But from the concept and just being funny and a banger and kind of classic to the channel, upside down house, top 3. Yeah, I'm sure we got comments disagreeing with it, but you know, it's fair. I like it. Next up, coming at the number 2 spot, we have Google Earth, California. An absolute classic, kind of stereotypical like LA sort of house. Yes, I kind of cheated a bit on the backyard and I didn't do the pool because I was tired when I built this, okay? But this has gone on to become my 2nd most viewed video ever with like 430K views. Super important house to the channel. I will always love this house. Just super sick house. Mog's want to react to it live during a subathon. But I like the shape, like the details, like the block palette, everything. And yeah, let's move on to number 1 house. It's probably my favorite house I've ever built, and I think it'll stay up here, at least in the top 3 every time I make a ranking, but yeah, let's get into it. And finally, to wrap this list up, at number 1, we have Google Earth, Singapore. I've always really liked this house. I think it's just how unique this is compared to my other builds, which I guess kind of shows because, you know, it's a Google Earth house, not in America. Crazy thought, I know. I always really like the texturing I did on this. The red roof looks really cool. All the plants in the front and everything looks really cool. I like this fence going down the middle, kind of like weird detailing stuff, basketball hoop. All the dark oak accents look really cool on it. And yeah, just absolute banger house. One of my favorites for sure. Again, you know, the list changes all the time. I probably have a different house almost every time you'd ask me to do this, but this house would always make the top like few of the list, so that's why it's here. And yeah, with that, that's it for me ranking all 184 houses on this channel. Crazy video. It's definitely my longest video I've like ever made that's fully edited like this. Crazy long video. It's probably like almost an hour, 40 minutes to an hour is what I'm guessing. I don't know. I didn't edit it yet. But you know, I appreciate everyone who stuck to the end of this video. I appreciate everyone who subscribed, watched, liked any of my videos ever. 50K, crazy milestone. Thank you to anyone who joined the Patreon, anyone who's in the Discord. You should definitely join, by the way. A lot of cool people in there and some interesting individuals. But yeah, definitely join the Discord. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Sorry for the gap in videos. This took a minute. I can already tell, you know. I'm gonna try to get this out soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys next one. And real quick to end this video off, I'm gonna thank every single person who ever joined my Patreon as a paid member. All right, so give me a minute here. Let's get into it. Shout out Soiju, Nate, Lewis, Amirali, Aelic, DylanOlives, Dragon, Nareemna, Casper, Former, Neon Narwhal 34, Caesar 172, Frankie, Page, USMC Guru, Marcus Kelly, Francisco, I'm Lunar, Keitaro, Taylor, Thundercrafted, Anthony, Rob, Jamisho, Ethan, Derek, Alex, Caleb, Thomas, Xryukin, Christian, Eli, ThaMango, Atanis, Corley, PrettyGoodScience, Energy Legend 7, Agony, Matt, Georgie, Joao, Cohen, James, Pangwinz, CJ, Brian, Leisure, Wavy Brody, Froggy, Jake, Frank, Boop Troop, Diggy, Jeff, Baby Sancho, Wxsteri, Tommi, Stefan, Peyton, Claire, Jackboy317, Matthew, Simon, Fly Phoenix, AJ, Seki, V, Valeska, Hey, AJ Simsim, Keithro HD, Arya Kanasaki, Tom, Rachel, Camcraft, Noah, Josh, Cass, BMX Dirtbike Guy, Braden Link, Cadusssy, Alex, Carson, Caffeinated Owl 7, E, itsAtomicos, Specky, Him Sleepy, Voxinity, Vixen, PJ, Jacob, Kobayashi, Vincent, and Amelia. Thank you, everybody. 50K crazy, 100K next. See ya, bye.